All right, what's going on, class? This is your professor, Dr. Jason. We are going to make this one fairly quick, just like we did last week. I am actually prepping to get ready for a conference. I will be headed to Albuquerque, New Mexico later this week, and I will be giving a presentation at the Joint Conference of Librarians of Color. So I am concentrating a lot on that, but you all are still my number one priority. So of course I am trying to get things right in this class for you all so that as I am away, you can still progress and continue learning and becoming the excellent librarians that I know you're all going to be. Now, the first thing that I want to say is there were two readings, the Einhorn reading and the Kahneman reading from last week that I very carelessly forgot to deactivate. They have since been deactivated. If you did read those, like if you purchased those books on Amazon or anything and you read those or you interlibrary loan them or whatever, then please let me know and I will make some sort of arrangement just to make sure that you get at least some credit for that. So again, I apologize. The second thing that I wanted to, well, before I even get into that, the readings for this week are now available, as is the assignment prompt for your literature review. So you can go ahead and look at that stuff and get started on reading the assignments for this week. This is week 6, module 6. And you may also take a look at that assignment prompt. Let me know if you understand what is being required of you. If you do not, please email me and let me know. And the email address is still alstonj@missouri.edu. Now that we've gotten through that, okay, so I have had two students from this class kind of, and I'm glad you're looking ahead. So I had some students who during the annotated bibliography part of the class when you were working on the annotated bib, they were sort of looking ahead and wondering how all of that is going to tie into the rest of the to the other assignments that you have coming up, including what you've got going on now, which is the literature review assignment. So one thing that I have is and let me make sure that so one thing that you're going to see within that assignment prompt, you're going to see a document that says how to convert an annotated bibliography into a literature review. And part of the reason that you have that document is because that's going to help you kind of contextualize how the annotated bib evolves into the literature review. So the annotated bibliography was one step, and now we are getting this next step with the literature review. And these two things, there's a logical progression from an annotated bibliography into a literature review, and I'm hoping that this how to convert an annotated bibliography into a literature review document that you will have within your assignment prompt for the literature review will explain the logical progression on that. But if it doesn't, please feel free to ask me questions. And I do look forward to, while I'm in New Mexico, I do look forward to starting to grade those annotated bibliographies. I will do that as I can, as time permits. I have the annotated bibliographies from most of you at this point. I know I did give a soft deadline on that. I will be looking for those to trickle in. I will be expecting them at this point now by, I will say, Friday. So if you turn it in already, great. And I plan to get started on those actually tonight. Friday the 28th, I should have everyone's, hopefully. And I will definitely be also kind of lenient on the ones that came in a little early. So if yours came in on the original due date, I'm probably going to be a little less harsh with my detailed eye in grading than I will be for those who turned in their assignments a little later. That's the way to kind of make it fair and kind of balance it out. But I don't want you all to stress. I'm sure that the annotated bibliographies are good. If they're not, I'm going to give you some feedback because you will be doing annotated bibs in other classes as you're going through CISLT. So anything that we need to correct, let's correct it now in Foundation so that it doesn't come up later. Quick note, we do have another discussion post this week that I made live, so make sure you participate in that. Now, a lot of the readings that you have this week, or a lot of the readings that are listed in this week's module, are optional. If you see the word optional in parentheses before the rest of the text to let you know what the document is, if you see that word optimal, that is the optional. That is the magic word to cue you in that this is actually an optional reading. So the required readings do not have that word optional next to them. The readings that are optional do say optional next to the reading. You should see that once you get into Module 6. And that's pretty much it. I don't have a whole lot extra to say other than that. I don't have a lot to really offer you. What I need you all to do at this point is just make sure that things make sense to you in that new assignment, that literature review assignment. Make sure it makes sense. Make sure you understand what's being asked of you. And if you don't, email me, hit the discussion post, whatever it takes in order to get a hold of me, which should be one or the other. I do apologize for missing a discussion post within the questions discussion thread about some of those readings from last week. I apologize for that, but hopefully we won't run into that problem again this week. All right, everybody. I look forward to talking to you next week. Be on the lookout for those assignments, and I'll be on the lookout for those annotated bibliographies that I have not yet gotten back. Holla at your boy. Have a good week.